Hello, and thanks for joining me today. I'm Dr. Pam Terrio from Dry Eye Relief Doctors. I'm your host, and I am here today with Dr. Sharmin Habib from Umay Company, and she's going to tell us about her REST device. Thanks for being
Thanks.
here with me today, Dr. Habib.
Great to be here.
I would love to know how the REST device supports healthy eyes and a healthy tear film. Can you tell us?
Yes, absolutely. So REST was really designed to kind of become a foundational aspect of our eye health and our daily routine. And so the two main areas that we're looking at when we're looking at our eye health is, as it relates to dry eyes and digital eye strain, is tear production and tear protection. Right. And when we trace that back, we were able to kind of identify the symptoms that patients feel, as well as the mechanisms involved in why we're getting these symptoms and what's causing them. And so what REST does, it's really designed to help you take care of your eye health and your symptoms in an easy to integrate daily routine so that you can really not only manage the dry eye symptoms and digital eye strain, but also to help get into a more preventative state. So what we do is we combine precise heating, cooling, and vibration massage with paced breathing. And we've delivered this in a way where we have 3 daily rest sessions that not only support the healthy eyes, but they are really designed to create a sensory experience that people actually enjoy doing. And the reason we do that, and the reason we've combined some of these wellness aspects and the way that we deliver the heat through, more of a thermal wave pattern that's timed and deliberate, is because when we sit down and we kind of are in that relaxed state, it's an opportunity for us to kind of zone inwards and to disconnect and to actively recover. And so these aspects more and more, because of the research that we're learning now, are all related to how we experience digital eye strain and dry eyes. And so we wanted to create something that was more holistic and in alignment with how patients are currently suffering with their eye health.
Could you dive in a little bit deeper and show us how the device works and how do we, what the sessions involve and
Yeah, so
what's the
this,
benefit?
this is the device. These little clouds, we call them, can rotate and turn in and out. And the reason is that, sorry, I'm trying to align. The reason we do that is so that we can have something that fits all different PDs and eye shapes. The treatment surface here is made out of aluminum. And so it's easy to clean and wipe with an alcohol swab, just like we do in clinic, so that we can maintain the hygiene aspect. There is a single button, if you can see it there.
Yeah. And a charger on the
So,
opposite side, right?
and the charger on the opposite side. And so this is designed to be travel friendly, wireless, portable. We really wanted to eliminate the aspect of any sort of inconvenience to actually doing the therapy or the sessions, and make it very simple. So we kept no strap on purpose. We wanted you to really make this part of your daily routine where you actually have to lie down. Just the act of lying down itself triggers our natural body's relaxation response and our vagus nerve. And, there's so many benefits of just doing nothing. So that was very intentional. And then the single button is there so that you cannot, have to think about too much. You basically toggle through the 3 different sessions by pushing the button once. And you see that it will turn on.
Yes,
Which is
green.
green. And then if you click it again, the lights indicate to you what session. So we have blue for cold. Orange is a combined session that goes from cool to warm. And then the final is a pulsing kind of white. And that is a heat session. So the way that you would use it is basically about 2 minutes first thing in the morning, and then right before bed for about 9 to 12 minutes. And during the day, you have an optional added session if you're, just needing that extra little bit of a relief or rest.
And what does the cool, typically eye doctors prescribe heat to warm up the oil glands in the lids, but there is a lot of science around the cool. Can you explain that to us?
Yes, this is a really great question. And like you said, it's a novel area of research right now within dry eye management. And essentially, what it's doing is addressing three different things. One is the inflammatory aspect that also presents with dry eyes, and the cooling can help to soothe. But we're also discovering that there's a disconnect often in patients' symptoms and signs. And so we tend to experience more severe pain that often correlates with the sign that don't often correlate with the signs in the exam room. And one of the things we're starting to understand as to why is because there's a pathway that connects to our trigeminal nerve. And that pathway does two things. It is responsible for stimulating our lacrimal gland, which helps to produce natural tears. And along that same pathway, we're also finding that there's pain receptors that can get almost hyperactive or inflamed from different things that are happening. So it could be something that's triggering systemic inflammation in the body. It could be mood disorders that we're finding increased kind of hypersensitivity to pain receptors. And what happens is when we activate that pathway, which can be done with the cold, not only are we finding that within about 30 to 60 seconds, patients will experience this like refreshing cool and moisture on the eyes, just like you get the relief of an eye drop. But it's also creating almost an analgesic effect by having that cold really soothe and cut down the intensity of the pain because of that being connected.
Wow, that's incredible. It's awesome that you guys figured out that we needed both heat and cool. And so some of the sessions start warm and go to cool, or the opposite?
Yes, the opposite. So we have the morning session for cold. And the reason we did that is to help also be in alignment with kind of the part of the day that we're using the device. So, we're familiar, for example, that heat helps to unblock, blockages in our oil glands and to increase the flow of oils. But it's also relaxing and stimulating of sleep. And so when we heat the upper part of the face or skin that doesn't have hair, like the palms of our hand, we're also activating another response in our body that triggers sleep. And so we wanted to intentionally have heat be the end of day routine. And then in the opposite way, cold is stimulating and it more wakeful. So your morning would be cold only. And then that midday session, which is cold to warm, is kind of that transition period where we're trying to kind of regulate our nervous system, but also recognize that the eyes need a little bit of relief and soothing. We're still kind of keeping the focus on the structural component and the unblocking of the glands.
Wow, that is so incredible. Well, I so appreciate you sharing with us what the Umay REST device could do for ourselves and for our patients. Any final words?
No, I think this is great that, you take the time to you really educate both patients and clinicians. Dry eye is an evolving disease. It's now being, termed more of a lifestyle disease. So I think this is the more that we can educate, the more that we can talk about this, the more patients we can help and holistically kind of address the problem. So thank you for having me and making time to share.
Thank you. I so appreciate you being here with us today.
Thanks, Pam.